Jaguar Nation, welcome to the Jaguar Football Show, where we bring you all the exciting action of the Southern University football program. It's brought to you by Coca-Cola, Louisiana Lottery, Communities of Color Network Tobacco-Free Living, Hollywood Casino, the Louisiana Seafood Marketing and Promotion Board, and Jerry Lane Chevrolet. Hello and welcome to week 4 of the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums, where we come to you each week from Hollywood Casino, located at 1717 River Road in downtown Baton Rouge. We invite you to come out Mondays about 6:30ish and catch Coach and I doing the show live. Of course, Hollywood Casino is serving up some great libations, and you can also win an opportunity to get those Bayou Classic tickets each week. They're giving a pair of tickets away. Of course, you can catch us on TV about 7 times a week, and you can also catch us at your leisure on Facebook as well as YouTube. Coach, jumping right into it, total domination by the Jaguars, a shutout even, versus the Edward Waters College Tigers. 61-0 was the final score as the Jaguars defeat the Tigers. All cylinders were clicking. You had to be pleased with your team's performance.
Well, really you try not to have a letdown and you guard against a letdown, but to see how the guys attack the field and execute at a high level, you can really be proud of them, and hopefully that confidence carry over into the next game. But you're right, once you go back and look at the film, we did a lot of things well in that football game. Made some mistakes, but I tell you, when you look at offensive, defense, and special teams, and when they can play well in all 3 phases, and you can see what kind of production we can produce.
Another steady night from your senior running back, Devon Ben, 120 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. When you can control that clock with the ground game, you're going to win most of your games.
Correct, and I think that's the biggest thing, is just grinding out the football when you're able to. I know a lot of people want to see it in the air, but you can take teams' will when you can run the football, and that's really pleasing and keep your defense fresh.
Let's jump into those highlights, Coach, and show folks exactly what happened Saturday night in A.W. Mumford Stadium on the Bluff versus the Edward Waters College Tigers. And here we go, the Jaguar defense coming alive and just really punishing the quarterback. You see some sacks right there. Coach, your defense really came to play, and I was proud of the effort they gave. They looked like they wanted to make a statement.
Well, that's the biggest thing, playing well together, executing, and a lot of guys getting around the football, and you had a chance to see that on Saturday night.
We got the ball quickly. We score with Devon Ben getting the touchdown. We're going to go up 7-0. Coach, your extra point kicker, Baraha, he was doing well. You had to be pleased with, again, all phases of your game.
Well, it is good to see. It's good to see those guys do a great job and execute at a high level. And when you can make the majority of your kicks, it's just good to see Baraha's back, because, he got injured in the Memphis game.
You saw Skelton take 1 for 9, Ben takes 1 for 9, and then Skelton hits Ben for 16 as the Jaguars are on the move. Ben rushes for 7. Skelton's going to get in the end zone himself on a 13-yard scamper right here, Coach. This was a sweet run, Coach. That young man used his feet niftily.
Yes, and I tell you, he's got a great knack and a great feel for running the ball. I think that's why he's one of the better dual threat quarterbacks in our conference.
There you see the Jaguars just really playing well right there. Coach, I really like the way that Skelton set himself to make passes on this night. He seemed to be settled and staying in the pocket and firing the football.
He did a good job of it. Just really, you could tell his pocket presence has improved from the summer to the fall, and you can see him continue to work on that and get better. And I'm telling you, if he just can continue to improve and be locked in, he's got a chance to really have a special season.
Yeah, he does, Coach. And here you see him. That was a heck of a hit that Mackey took on that catch right there, Coach, to hang on to the ball. And then we come right back and quarterback rush, slam that quarterback. There's Ben ripping one. We get a field goal right here at this juncture. And right now, Coach, it's just total domination by the Jaguars. Did you think the Edward Waters College was going to give you guys some challenge, or did you know that they were a weak team?
Well, you really don't know. When you watch film, you see the good, you see the bad, and the biggest thing we try to tell our players is that it's never about the opponent. If we prepare a certain way and we get locked in mentally, then we have a chance against anybody we play.
You saw a great 32-yard run by Chaney. Then he got into the end zone for the touchdown, 26-0 at this juncture. This was a weird play. The guy misses the punt and he kicks it out the end zone. Right now, the Jaguars are winning in every phase of the game, Coach.
Well, I tell you, when you can start like that, it's very pleasing to you as a coach. Look like everything you call is working, and you don't have too many games like that, but it's just good to see those guys have fun and really go out there and challenge themselves to not play against their opponent, but play against themselves and play the way we expect them to play.
You saw the Jaguars get an interception right there in the end zone to thwart a touchdown. Again, when you are clicking like you were on Saturday night, Coach, do you sometimes want to pull some of your starters to give the younger guys more time so they can get some game action?
Well, we pulled them. Once you got in the third quarter, we wanted our offense and defense to go out there and really play one more series well before we start pulling them, and they did that. So we was able to get a lot of guys some playing time.
There you see Ben rushing. Nelson had a good night. Darion Prophet. All your running backs had a good night on this night, Coach.
Well, all of them played.
You had to hand out some good grades on film, huh?
Yeah, we did, and I tell you, the last two are going to be really, really special, and that's the two freshmen. When you talk about Sims and you talk about Benjamin, it's something about those guys that I think people are going to be happy to watch in the future.
Jaguars are up at the half. When we come back, we'll look at the second half highlights on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums.
Saints from the lottery. Win up to $100,000 and pick up the new $2 New Orleans Saints. Win up to $20,000. Visit LouisianaLottery.com for second chance prize information. Play the field with Saints tickets from the lottery.
Cats down by 58 with 1 minute left.
Hey, where's everybody going? This game's not over. So we're not the best. Our kicker stubbed his toe on the ball, and pretty sure our mascot has his costume on backwards. But this is our team. No matter what.
Come play like a star, where the rewards and thrills never end at Hollywood Casino. Eat, play, and win big from our epic buffet, open from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day, to our awesome Players Club that gives you the most back. Winning's a breeze. You're on our $250,000 Crack the Vault game. Swing by on Friday nights in September for a chance to guess the vault code and win big. Crack the Vault, playing now only at Hollywood Casino, Baton Rouge.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Coach, we're up big at the half. What do you tell your team when you totally dominating a team to guard from a letdown and also to try to improve in the second half of a game like this?
Well, you try to find the balance between the negatives and the positives, and really you try to encourage them for what they did good and correct what they did bad. And I think our guys understood at halftime that we really was playing well and you really didn't have to say much, but it was really just getting them to lock in and focus in on being the kind of team and playing the way that we expect them to play. And I thought our guys did a great job of that.
Coach, got to point out the young man, defensive end Jordan Lewis. Another super game. Caught an interception, took it back 95 yards for a touchdown after last week in Memphis getting a sack, fumble, and taking it back for a touchdown. He's a one-man wrecking show. What can this guy not do?
There's a lot of things that we like about this young man, and we always talk about him on this show because he's always around the football, but I don't know too much on the football field that he cannot do. We put him at receiver, he'd be one of the better receivers. You put him at running back, he probably can do that. I mean, he's just a phenomenal football player, and he's having the kind of success that we was hoping he would have his sophomore season, and it's still the best is in front of him. And this week he's got a chance to go home to Florida. He grew up right outside of Tallahassee over there in Ocala.
Nice.
So, you know, he gonna have a lot of family and friends in town, and I'm looking for him to play really well this week.
Coach, I think you're absolutely right. Seeing the young man, he could probably play about 4 or 5 positions because he isn't huge like you think when you think defensive end. He really looks like he could be a receiver or a tight end even.
Well, he was a hurdler in high school, so you can see the frame. And I tell you, he comes out there, he catches punts, and you know, we were struggling catching punts early in the season, and he was back there fielding punts. And you know, I just told him I don't know too many defensive ends who can field punts.
Right. Well, anyway, it's great to have one of those on your team. Let's jump into those second half highlights from the Edward Waters College game, Coach, and show the folks exactly what happened in the second half. Here you see the Jaguars, and that we just talked about him. There he is, Jordan Lewis. He faked out the cameraman. They didn't know what happened. And then they look up, and there's Jordan Lewis coasting into the end zone with a 95-yard touchdown. Barajas on the kick. The Jags are up 47-0 at this point. Here's a great tackle by Abbey and Ntakugo on the Edward Waters running back. Davion rushes for one. Another great tackle by Tate. Then Jay Sean tries to make a pass, but a great quarterback hurry by Porter. Coach, your defense was really playing on all cylinders.
And you know, really, from the start of the season, they've been getting better. You know, I really thought the McNeese game they played well. I thought the first half of the Memphis game they played really well, and then you're starting to see it come together. And hopefully we can continue to play at an exciting level, and I think the confidence is starting to grow, and we got some good players over there, and it's just exciting to watch.
You saw Nelson rush for 8. He came back and got 11. McDaniel hit Hinton for 13. Then Nelson took one for 15, and McDaniel took it in from 16 out. It's good to give Bubba McDaniel some work, Coach.
Always good to get your backup quarterback some reps in a game where, you know, he's not forced to have to go play. So I was excited to see him, and he's done a great job being a great second-team quarterback for us and a great leader in our locker room.
You see another interception by Southern as Smith gets him an interception. Prophet's going to rip one for 7, come back for 10. Then Benjamin gets in on the Acquit rush for 14, and he's going to get one for another 14-yard gainer. Then Prophet gets one for 11, Prophet for 5, and into the end zone. Prophet is going to go. At this point, 61-0. Again, a shutout, total domination by the Jaguars. And I guess it's good to get a game like this under your belt where guys can leave with some confidence about their play.
Well, the biggest thing, you are 0-2 when you got a chance to really play and get a win. I think any time you can win against, no matter what the opponent is, it gives you guys a vote of confidence. And we still know some things we can work on, but we know it's going to take a lot of focus this week, great preparation to get ready to go to Tallahassee and take on FAMU.
Well, when we come back, we're going to have the Alpha Media Players of the Week and the Coca-Cola player interviews on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Stay with us.
Diseases from smoking kill more African Americans each year than car crashes, AIDS, and murders combined. In the U.S., about 1 in 5 African American adults smoke cigarettes. It's estimated that each cigarette you smoke shortens your life by 7 minutes. That's 7 minutes less to spend time with people you love doing what you love each time you smoke a cigarette. Is it worth it? Smoking affects us all.
Where your seafood comes from has everything to do with its flavor, its quality, and even its safety. Cheap imported seafood raised in ponds overseas has nothing on the incredible flavor and quality of the fresh fish, shrimp, crabs, and oysters caught right here in Louisiana waters. We all know that the best dishes are made with the best ingredients, and Louisiana seafood is the best you can buy. So know what you're buying and make sure you're serving delicious Louisiana seafood. Because when you know better, you eat better.
Hi, I'm Coach Dawson Odums, and if you're looking for a great new or used car, Jerry Lane Chevrolet invites you to come and check them out. Whatever your taste in vehicle is, they got a great lineup to fit your style, and most importantly, your budget. Personally, they're taking care of me with this great truck. I'm a big guy, and this a big truck. It's roomy and comfortable, and it has to get up and go when I need to get up and go. So remember, whatever your taste in vehicles, come visit us at Jerry Lane Chevrolet. Go Jags!
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums, where we come to you each week from Hollywood Casino on Center Stage. Come on out, hang out with us. Mondays about 6:30, have some libations, get your chance to win a pair of Bayou Classic tickets right here at Hollywood Casino. Coach, every week in this segment, we have our Alpha Media Players of the Week on offense, defense, and special teams. Who were they for this week?
Well, really, I tell you, we had a lot of guys that stood out, but offensively, we had a young tight end to play, a true freshman, and that's Jarion Davis. Colin Buddy, he was offensive player of the game, plays tight end for us. Special teams was Cesar Barajas, who did an outstanding job with placing the ball and kicking it through the uprights. And defense, I tell you, it was hard to find a guy, but I really thought we had a lot of guys that played really, really well. But on defense, it was the KVN champion.
Well, all great players and all great performances. Of course, after the game, Joe Dupree and I caught up with Devon Ben and Ladarius Skelton, and Joe filed this Coca-Cola player interview.
Well, Ty, we're here with the players of the game, Devon Ben, offensive soiree tonight that I can't even mention. 61 points put up, out of those 120 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tell us, how did it feel with this home opener here at Jaguar Stadium?
I just want to thank the God man above. He helped me come out and have a great performance. And my line, they did excellent tonight in the run game. Our crowd came out. They gave us great energy tonight, and that just helped us push and keep going.
Well, speaking about the O-line, listen, they were doing some great blocking. You were running them, gashing them for 10 yards every run. Know that was a great feeling. Do you look forward to that as we move forward into further play?
Definitely. We always look to gain on the good, and that's the good thing that happened tonight. So we're going to come back tomorrow, get ready for the next week, and we're going to gain on that.
We're here, Todd, after a bang-up night, big-time offense with our quarterback, Ladarius Skelton. Ladarius, listen, you moved the ball well tonight. Let's talk about the run game. How does that open up as you begin to develop the plays and hand it off to your running backs?
It's just us doing well up front with our line, getting the lanes open, and for our running back to crash in them.
So, Ladarius, let's talk about the passing game. How does it feel? Do you feel comfortable in the pocket with your O-line blocking like that when you pass to your receivers?
I feel comfortable when they doing their job. I mean, hey, if it breaks down, I have to do what I have to do to get out the pocket and look at my receivers to get them the ball. So, I'm just going to run behind my O-line.
Definitely looking good on the scramble. Saw you with some great passes, especially when you go down to Hunter Register. How you like passing to Hunter?
I love Hunter. He's like my brother. And, I mean, hey, we practice every day together. I ain't coming from him, so we're going to get better each day.
As we move on into SWAC play, what can we expect from you?
Expect from you can expect me to get better and strive higher. That's all.
Heard it right here, Todd, on the Jaguar Football Show.
Send the questions in advance.
Welcome back. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Devon, and thank you, Ladarius. Coach, when you have such a great performance like you had Saturday night, it's hard to ask, but what were some of the negative things that you saw on film that you talked to your team about?
Well, just total execution. We had a couple third downs that we could have made some plays and got off the field. Really felt we could have performed really well on third down. Then 2 unsportsmanlike penalties. I think that's what stand out the most, and it's just bad decisions, and you can't have bad decisions against good teams. And those are really the things that stood out when you look at some negatives from that game.
Coach, when we come back, we're going to look at what I think is one of the best college football rivalries in America. FAMU versus Southern University. The Rattlers versus the Jaguars on the field, and at halftime with the bands. So stay with us. When we come back, we're going to talk Florida A&M and the Southern University Jaguars getting it on once again on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums.
Afraid of things that go bump in the night? Don't lose your head. You'll have a ripping good time playing Halloween scratch-offs from the lottery. You could win up to $13,000. They're spooky fun.
Cats down by 58 with 1 minute left.
Hey, where's everybody going? This game's not over. So we're not the best. Our kicker stubbed his toe on the ball, and pretty sure our mascot has his costume on backwards. But this is our team. No matter what.
Come play like a star, where the rewards and thrills never end at Hollywood Casino. Eat, play, and win big from our epic buffet, open from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day, to our awesome Players Club that gives you the most back. Winning's a breeze during our $250,000 Crack the Vault game. Swing by on Friday nights in September for a chance to guess the vault code and win big. Crack the Vault, playing now only at Hollywood Casino, Baton Rouge.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Coach, this weekend, you guys, the Jaguars, get it on with the Florida A&M Rattlers. And basically in these parts of the country, when I was growing up, it was a big rivalry. They hadn't played as regularly lately, but it used to be on a regular, and it was always great football programs really playing each other hard. Growing up in North Carolina, did you know of the rivalry between Southern and Florida A&M?
I did not. I didn't really realize how big of a rivalry was until I came to Southern. Growing up watching the CIAA and the MEAC, you really didn't even know that they played each other. If it wasn't on TV, you wouldn't have any idea back then. But the biggest thing is, since I've been at Southern, I understand that it's a heated rivalry, and we understand the fan bases are going to be rowdy. It's going to be a great environment. I wish some of those fans would have came to our past home game, but I know it'd be a fun environment at FAMU.
Coach, the Rattlers are coming off a win versus Fort Valley State, 57-20, and come into the game 1-1 on the season. What do you know about the Rattlers and what they like to do on the field?
Spread offense.
They're
a spread offensive team. A quarterback is probably right there to be the all-time leading passer. He's done pass for probably over 6,100, close to 6,200 yards, and I think the leader is at 7,300. So he's got a chance to surpass that this year defensively. They multiple. They get in 3 down, 4 down. They bring pressure, and these are guys we went against at Prairie View. So we'll have a good idea of what they like to do. But it's a different team, a different Florida A&M team than we're used to seeing, and hopefully we go down there with the right mindset and have a lot of success.
Coach, any injury issues with any of your Jaguars going into the Florida A&M game?
We got a couple of guys just trying to get healthy. I think this is the 9th straight week of football. I don't think people really look at it that way, but this is a long season. We started out with I think 5 games right out the gate, and then you look at fall camp, it makes it really tough.
All right. Well, when we come back, we're going to close out this week's edition of the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Stay with us.
Diseases from smoking kill more African Americans each year than car crashes, AIDS, and murders combined. In the U.S., about 1 in 5 African American adults smoke cigarettes. It's estimated that each cigarette you smoke shortens your life by 7 minutes. That's 7 minutes less to spend time with people you love doing what you love. each time you smoke a cigarette? Is it worth it? Smoking affects us all.
Where your seafood comes from has everything to do with its flavor, its quality, and even its safety. Cheap imported seafood raised in ponds overseas has nothing on the incredible flavor and quality of the fresh fish, shrimp, crabs, and oysters caught right here in Louisiana waters. We all know that the best dishes are made with the best ingredients, and Louisiana seafood is the best you can buy. So know what you're buying and make sure you're serving delicious Louisiana seafood. Because when you know better, you eat better.
Hi, I'm Coach Dawson Odums, and if you're looking for a great new or used car, Jerry Lane Chevrolet invites you to come and check them out. Whatever your taste in vehicle is, they got a great lineup to fit your style, and most importantly, your budget. Personally, they're taking care of me with this great truck. I'm a big guy, and this a big truck. It's roomy and comfortable, and it has to get up and go when I need to get up and go. So remember, whatever your taste in vehicles, come visit us at Jerry Lane Chevrolet. Go Jags!
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Coach, fam, what are they picked to be in the MEAC this year? Are they picked to be at the top?
They're one of the top teams. I think when you look at the MEAC and how it's sorted out, you probably look at A&T, FAM, South Carolina State, and then it's everybody else after that. But they're one of the better teams over there, and we'll have our hands full. But I think it'll be a great challenge and be a great football game.
Saturday night at the field house in the press box, I met a young lady who went to North Carolina A&T who was talking noise, and I really would like to see us play North Carolina A&T in the Heritage Bowl for the Black College National Championship. Think you can make that happen for me?
Well, no psychic. You know, I got a lot of talents, but you
You're
know,
not psychic.
Just if I could, I would. You know, if I could just. But I know this: if we keep working hard and keep getting better, we got just as good a chance as anybody. And you know, I think that's a game everybody would like to see. But the Aggies got it rolling. Sam Washington's doing a great job up there. I played for him in college, and you know, he's doing a really good job up there with that program.
Incredible. That was your coach.
He played defense for him. He's our defensive coordinator, and he's been successful as a coordinator for a long time, and finally got his chance to be a head coach, and he's got the Aggies rolling.
Well, of course, we want to tell all the Jaguar Nation to be safe on that I-10. Don't have to speed. Take your time and get there safely. We want you, of course, to come out and support the Jaguars down in Tallahassee. Know that there's going to be a lot of traffic because Florida State's got a game. Hotels are at a premium, and so there's going to be a lot of people on the road. So be safe, be smart, and get in there and follow those Jags. All right?
Go Jags!
Go Jags! Go Jags!